Chapter 1. 9 Foundation Establishments. Great Tang Country. Heavy Iron City. Outside the Wong family's Dragon Abyss Gate. At this time, just after noon, it was the time when the sun was blazing in the sky. A group of Wong family's children had waited outside the Dragon Abyss Gate as early as possible. The Wong family is one of the 3 major families in Heavy Iron City, and it is said that their ancestor was an inner disciple of the first cultivation sect of the righteous path, the Heavenly Tao sect. And then because of a mistake, they were expelled from the Heavenly Tao sect, and then they were displaced to Heavy Iron City. And they started the Wong family in Heavy Iron City, which has been reproduced until now, and has become one of the 3 major families in the Heavy Iron City. The Dragon Abyss is a secret place of the Wong family, and there is only one door to enter and exit, which is equipped with a dragon breaking stone, which weighs 100,000 pounds and cannot be lifted by human power. And once the dragon breaking stone is put down, outsiders are not allowed to enter. In the Wong family, the Dragon Abyss is used as a secret room for cultivation breakthrough bottlenecks. Once a Wong family son or daughter is about to break through a cultivation bottleneck, they will go to the Dragon Abyss, apply to put down the dragon breaking stone, and then break through the bottleneck in it before coming out. Rumble. Suddenly, a rumbling sound came, and a group of Wong clan's children immediately felt the earth tremble as the dragon breaking stone in front of them slowly rose, revealing a dark cave entrance. Accompanied by a sound of footsteps, a cloth-clothed teenager slowly walked out from the dark hole. The teenager's face was pale, his teeth were biting his lips, and his eyes were filled with despair and unwillingness. Kang Chon, first level of Qi practicing stage. At the entrance of the Dragon Abyss, a middle-aged man indifferently glanced at the teenager who walked out. A hint of disappointment flashed in his eyes as he scratched away 2 words on the booklet in his hand, Kang Chon. Accompanying the middle-aged man's words, a sarcastic commotion was brought up outside the Dragon Abyss. First level of Qi practicing stage. He. Sure enough, he still failed. Counting. This is already the 9th time he has failed to build the foundation, and he has to start cultivating all over again. So what? He's a genius. We've worked hard for more than 10 years to cultivate to the 9th level of Qi cultivation stage. But he completed it in 1 year. Genius. So what if we cultivate faster? It's still no way to build a foundation. In the end, it's still a waste. I see him as a genius waste. Right? This waste also keeps spoiling the family's resources. It's simply dragging the family down. Who let the other person's grandfather be the patriarch? Otherwise, this kind of waste that can't build a foundation should have been kicked out of the family a long time ago and left to fend for himself. Let's not talk about it, counting that there are still 3 months left before his 18th year bar mitzvah. By then, if he still hasn't built his foundation, then even if his grandpa is the patriarch of the clan, he won't be able to shelter him anymore. Speaking of which, with his cultivation speed, he's definitely a genius. I really don't know why he has never been able to build a foundation. I sigh. A generation of geniuses, thus fallen. Who knows? It will not be envied by the sky. Said that the sky envies the genius. I think he was cursed by God. Look at his name. How dare he use Kang Chon as his name? God is not a thunderbolt to kill him, is already his luck. Listening to the various taunts, disdain and sighs coming from the surroundings, the teenager's already pale face turned even paler. And that sentence was like a sharp thorn piercing deep into his heart, making his body unable to resist trembling. Perhaps, as they say, I am a person cursed by God. A bitter smile appeared on the teenager's pale face. Next, Wong Ting, 3rd level of the foundation establishment stage. The middle-aged man's voice rang in Kang Chon's ears, followed by a slender figure coming in a flutter. The appearance of the young girl caused the crowd to roar. The young girl was about the same age as Kang Chon, 17 or 18. but her stunningly beautiful face had already caused a fiery gaze to shoot out from the crowd. "It's Wong Ting. I didn't realize that she's already at the 3rd level of the Foundation establishment stage. This time she went to the Dragon's Abyss surely in order to impact the 4th level of the Foundation establishment stage. It's worthy of being a genius of our Wong family." All came from the crowd. People are seed level characters, getting key cultivation from the family. Where can we compare? Someone said sourly. HMPH, in your place. Even if you get the family's key cultivation, you won't be able to cultivate to the 3rd level of the Foundation establishment stage before the age of 17. Someone said disdainfully. Passing by Kangchon, a trace of disdain flashed in the young girl's eyes. Then she stepped into the Dragon Abyss. Rumble. The dragon-breaking stone fell, shaking the earth with another tremor. As the dragon-breaking stone fell, the crowd dispersed, leaving only a forlorn figure in its place. Kangchon stared blankly at the falling dragon-broken stone. Earlier the young girl's face flashed in his mind. Once upon a time, that delicate and sweet face had become so ruthless. Once upon a time, that young girl who often followed him around and affectionately called him brother, Kangchon, had already gotten farther and farther away from him. It was only because he was a waste that couldn't build a foundation. Am I really cursed by the heavens? Kangchon looked up at the sky. The clouds in the sky seemed to have transformed into a mocking face, and all those sarcastic voices in his ears were just now. Once upon a time, that genius young man who cultivated at the age of 8 and was able to impact the Foundation establishment stage at the age of 9 was now reduced to a waste that was mocked and satirized by everyone, only because of the failure of Foundation establishment over and over again. 9 times in a row to build the Foundation, 9 times have failed, so that those who still have illusions about him have one by one to give up on him. Even if the most loving grandfather also no longer have illusions. In these 9 years, every foundation building failure was like a sharp blade, ruthlessly leaving 9 deep wounds in Kangchon's heart. No, I can't give up. If I can't do it for the 9th time, then for the 10th time. I don't believe that I won't be able to build the foundation in this life. Kangchon suddenly roared out. There was a hidden purple light flickering in his eyes. He shook his head vigorously in death, eliminating those mocking and sarcastic voices in his mind, and his heart regained that previous firm conviction. Kangchon, who had been an orphan since he was a child, had always had a belief in his heart, and it was that belief that supported him, even after suffering the blow of 9 failed attempts to build his foundation. He did not give up. That was because his grandfather had told him that only by becoming a cultivator would he be able to find his parents. As for his parents, Kangchon's mind was a blur, and there was not even a hint of his parents' appearance in his memory. He just hoped that one day he could find his parents and ask them why they left him behind. This is the belief that has been supporting his young heart that is constantly being hit. Wong Fu, inside the clan leader's secret room. How is it? Is that child all right? Clan chief Wong Tixiong asked softly, and in front of him, a black-clothed guard knelt on one knee. Reporting to the clan chief, young Master Kangchon failed to build his foundation. This is already the 9th time. The black-clothed man's low voice rang out. Although he had expected it, but truly knowing the result of Kangchon's foundation establishment failure, Wong Tixiong could not help but let out a sigh, his vicissitudes eyes filled with disappointment. Go down. Wong Tixiong closed his eyes. His expression instantly aged a lot. Yes, the black-robed man answered with a sniff, but stopped halfway there, turned his head and said softly, Patriarch, there are still 3 months to go before young Master Kangchon's 18-year-old coming-of-age ceremony, and according to the rules of the Wong family, those children who are not able to build their foundations after reaching adulthood will be sent out. Wong Tixiong opened his eyes, and the light in his eyes burst out as he glared at the man in back. Immediately, A huge pressure enveloped the entire secret room. Yes, the black-clothed man's body trembled and hurriedly bowed his head and left. Alas, watching the back of the man in black fade away, Wang Tixong let out a deep sigh. As the patriarch, he naturally knew the rules of the clan, and this was something he had always been worried about. However, even if he was the patriarch, he was still unable to ignore the family's rules.